And can you tell them what is their biological status? They are living, non-living, they are eukaryote, they are prokaryote.
Non-living.
Kind of. Sorry?
Non-living until they come into an
Okay, they are
organism like a
non-living.
host.
Fine. So non-living things cannot replicate themselves, right? But virus have capability to divide itself, to replicate itself. So how we can say that viruses are uh, non-living, right? Just tell me, just tell me.
Because they can be alive in a host.
Let me tell you what are the viruses actually. Fine. Let me make it clear. Actually, the viruses have the status of like connecting link between living and non-living. Why we call them the connecting link between living and non-living? Let me make you clear. Actually, first thing is that virus have. So virus is non-living, right? So virus, it do not multiply outside any cell. So if virus is outside of the cell, it cannot multiply. And if something or if any structure do not have capability of replication, right, we can't call it living, right? So this is non-living. So that is the characteristic of non-living. One more thing which I want to add on, you can crystallize virus like crystal. You can make the crystals of sugar. The same thing you can crystallize the virus, right? So viruses can be crystallized, right? They can be crystallized, they can be kept like a crystal. So this is the characteristic of you can crystallize that, and they are not living, means they do not replicate outside of the body. So we call that is the characteristic of non-living. Both are the characteristic of non-living. You cannot crystallize the cells, right? You can crystallize the non-living minerals only, right? The second important thing is whenever virus enter any living environment, means if we say in the simple term, whenever the virus enter inside the living cell, viruses inside living cell multiply, right? Viruses multiply inside living cell, so they are called living. So viruses are living as well as non-living on different situations, right? So on the basis of this characteristic, we call what is the status of virus, biological status, right? So we can say virus is connecting link A, virus is connecting link between living and non-living, living and non. So virus is a connecting link between living and non, right? The first thing, that is the first status of virus. Then we cannot use a cell term for the virus. So what is the second status of virus? Second biological status, right? So we call it, that thing I have already discussed with you. Virus is acellular structure. When I say acellular structure, means it is not a cell, right? And a structure means it is not an organism. So virus is called acellular structure. It is connecting link between living and non-living, right? Virus have not been kept in any classification system. Why? Because this is not a living entity, right? Still the status is between living and the non-living, right? You won't found any classification system which include the virus. Have you seen any classification system? Right? No. So it had not been included in any biological classification. Is that clear? Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes.
Right. So this is the status of virus. This is the biological status of virus, right? Now, how the virus are made up of, right? What is the composition of virus? Let me discuss it. Right? Let me make you clear what is the. Then I'll discuss I will show you the diagram and all that. Right? Before going into that, check. So now come to the structure of virus. The structure of virus, or you can say the chemical composition of the virus. Right? Chemical composition. Right? Chemically, the viruses are made up of two things: protein plus nucleic acid. So virus is composition of protein plus nucleic acid. Basically, so this is the combination of virus, right? Virus is made up of two chemical, protein and nucleic acid. When I say protein, basically they have a special kind of the toxic protein, right? The protein, the name of the protein is capsid protein. Capsid protein. This capsid protein is made up of a small unit, right? So unit of capsid protein, unit of protein is capsomere. Capsomere. So capsomere is a single unit of protein, right? When I say nucleic acid, what is the nucleic acid? Nucleic acid include DNA or RNA, right? So virus will have nucleated DNA or RNA. Both will not be found in the virus in the same time. There is not even a single virus in the world which have both DNA and RNA simultaneously. Either it will have DNA or it will have RNA, right? This DNA and RNA, they are called genetic material. Can somebody tell me what is the genetic material? Why they are called genetic material? Anyone of you, please come on quickly. What is genetic material?
It's like
The genes.
Be a bit loud, please.
hereditary.
Right. Look, I have got DNA from my father and mother. That is inside me. That's why some feature of my facial feature and my body structure, it look like my father. Some of the feature from mine, right? The same DNA will go to my child, right? And he will have some characteristic of his like me and some characteristic of his mother, right? So DNA takes information from one generation to another generation. That's why DNA is called genetic. So DNA is called genetic material in all eukaryote, means like you and me, right? But in virus, so DNA is genetic material in all living world. But in the virus, RNA is also genetic material. Inside us, RNA is not a genetic material. Just a minute. 1 second, I'll be back in 1 second. I want to have water. Okay. So Please note down a point. Please note it down.
That's
DNA is called genetic material in all living world. DNA is called genetic material in all living world as it carry information from one generation to another generation. It carry information from one generation to another generation. Full stop. In a virus, the genetic material will be either DNA or RNA. In virus, genetic material will be either DNA or RNA. Both cannot be present. Both cannot be present in the same time. Both cannot be present in the same time. Right? So genetic material will be either DNA or RNA. Who is absent today? Somebody is absent today. Sara is there. Jessica is there. Abhiha is there. Martin is there. Okay, I got it. Oh, fine. So is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now let me show you the structure of the virus, how it look like. There is some ideal structure, and the virus have different type of the structures, right? Different set of the structure. So let me first tell you. Let me show the diagram of virus. So the next is structure. And they are on the basis of shape. Then we have classified virus. I'll tell you that have not been mentioned in your NCRT, but I'll discuss with you what are the types of the virus. So, virus. Type of virus. First, let me tell you the structure of virus, then I'll tell you the type of the virus, then we'll discuss some few different things. Right. Look, this is the ideal structure of virus. Basically, let me tell you, this is the bacteriophage virus. One very interesting thing, bacterio means bacteria and phage means eating, right? Those virus which eat the bacteria, they are called bacteria. But you know, virus is like the difference between the size of the virus and a bacteria is like mouse and a elephant, right? Virus is like mouse and bacteria is like elephant in respect of their size, right? So virus do not have capability to eat the virus, eat the bacteria. But yes, virus can kill the bacteria. That's why this is called bacteriophage virus, right? So now let's start the structure of discussing structure. This is the head, right? This head is made up of small tile-like structure. These tile-like structure, this one, this tile-like structure, this is these small structure are called capsomere. I have told you capsomere, right? And these capsomere chemically they are made up of a type of protein known as the capsid protein, right? Capsid protein. So structural unit of the head, that is the capsid. This capsomere or capsid protein is a poisonous protein. Inside there is a DNA, but yes, there can be RNA, right? And this is an integral protein. This is called tail part, right? And this is called tail fiber. They help, and there are a pin-like structure. So this is the neck-like structure. So this is a type of the virus. Is that clear? Now type of the virus. So on the basis of shape, we have this is the actual picture. This is the actual picture. This is the actual picture. This is the picture which have been developed, right? So the virus can be helical, right? So this is in helical virus. This helical part is basically genetic, right? This is nucleic acid. Nucleic acid. So this is nucleic acid, and these structure or capsomere. This is protein part, right? But it look like helical. So the virus can be helical. The first category of the virus, that is a helical. Second, polyhedral. You can see this is the nucleic acid, and this outer covering, this is made up of capsule, right? This is spherical. Can you tell me some virus which look like this one? Have you seen a virus which look like this one? Come on.
Coronavirus.
Very good. Coronavirus. So basically, coronavirus is a spherical virus, right? The outer structure, this is made up of, this is capsid protein, and the inside there is a nucleic acid, right? Nucleic acid. And now this is the complex virus, right? Complex virus, which we have seen, that is a bacteriophage virus, influenza virus. So coronavirus have been actually made by the made from the influenza virus. That is a like probability that China have developed it. You must have gone through the news, right? And a number of the countries says that China had developed it because this kind of the virus is not found, right? So it has been developed from the influenza virus, and the characteristic of this virus look like influenza virus, right? This is adenovirus. Fine. So is that clear for all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I will tell you some point. Now you have to note it down the point which I'll let you know. So Louis Pasteur, you must have listened the name of the Louis Pasteur. So Pasteur, P-A-S-T-E-U-R-E, Pasteur. Pasteur coined the term, he given, right? Coined the term virus. So virus term was given by this person Louis Pasteur, right? And there are one more scientist, Ivanovsky, right? Ivanovsky. He's a Russian scientist basically, Ivanovsky. So Pasteur given the name term virus. Ivanovsky credited to discover the virus. Got credit to discover virus. So the credit of discovery of viruses goes to Ivanovsky, right? And the characteristic I have told you, and They can grow out of the next thing is viruses are obligate parasite. Can you tell me what are the obligate parasite? Obligate parasite. Any one of you? What does it mean by obligate parasite? Any one of you?
They're obligated to do something.
They are.
Obligated to do something.
So what does it mean? I didn't got it. Tara, Nabia. Oh, Yasir is joining us right. Anyone of you? Yasir, you are too late, buddy. What happened? Too late. So what happened with you, Yasir? Yes. Okay. I forgot to. I forgot there was a class today. Yasir, look, I want to tell you again, everyone. Your classes, your biology class will be every Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 to 9. In case if you did not get message, means class is there. Otherwise, if I will have some emergency, once in a blue moon, I have emergency, right? That may be in case, suppose that I am traveling, I got stuck in the traffic I am stuck over there since last 2 hours or 3 years. Then there is a possibility, or if there is something like bad with me, two possibilities are there. Otherwise, by default, you have to keep in mind classes there. I'm the person who hardly cancel the class. If you have 100 class with me, you can contact with, you can like talk with your team. I'm that person. Like if you have 100 class with me, there are chances that I may miss one class, right? So that kind, right? So you have not to wait for the link, you have not wait for the anything. Suppose that you have not got the link, call to like or contact him. Fine, we'll have always class. Fine, okay. So never miss the class and never come the late. Else, you'll miss some important content. And fine. So viruses are obligate parasite. Please try to understand me because you will get two terms, obligate and facultative, right? You will get these two terms in biology, right? In further classes, even in the further classes in question paper, you can get the two terms, obligate and facultative. I am a strictly vegetarian person. I never had non-veg. I never had and I never eat. Suppose that I am extremely hungry, still I won't eat, right? So I am obligate vegetarian, right? I am obligate vegetarian. There are some of my friend, there are some of my brother. First, their choice is that they will have veg food. In case if they are in that country where veg is very rare, they can have, on that situation they can have non-veg food as well. They are not strictly vegetarian. So I am obligate vegetarian, they are facultative vegetarian. Got it? Got it? Means if veg food is not there, I will not survive. But for them, preferably they are veg, But if veg is not present, they can have non-veg for their survival. Got it? Obligate. So obligate parasite are those which cannot survive without their host. If human will not be present in any part, then mosquito will not survive because they are obligate parasite for the humans. Are you clear? Means if human will not be there, female mosquito won't drink the milk, drink the blood. Then it is not that on if humans are not there, then female mosquito will start eating pizza. That is not going to happen, right? Did you got my point? Please note it down.
Yes, sir.
Obligate parasite, note it down, make a small note. Obligate parasite are those parasite. Obligate parasite are those parasite who can't survive without their host. Full stop. That is, if host is not there, that is, if host is not there, they will die. Full stop. Got it? Please note it down. Facultative. Please note it down. Facultative parasite are those parasite. Facultative parasite. Do you know the spelling of facultative?
Yes, sir.
Facultative, right? Facultative. Facultative parasite are those parasite which preferably live with the host, but if host will die, they won't die. If host will die, they won't die. They will change their food. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So viruses are obligate parasite. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
And remember, this term is only this term obligate parasite is this term is not only for the viruses, right? Sometime you will get they are the obligate autotroph. Sometime you will get they are facultative autotroph. For paramecium, I have told you. Paramecium is facultative. Actually, basically the paramecium and sorry, not paramecium, euglena. Euglena is facultative autotroph. What does it mean? If light is present, euglena will make its food. If light is absent, euglena will not be able to make the food. It will eat the food from outside like amoeba, right? So euglena is, you can write it down. Euglena is facultative autotroph. That is the best section. Fine. So type of the virus I told you. Then just a minute, guys. Let me give you some more information, more important information. So this is the classification of virus on the basis of shape. Let me write it down. Classification of virus on the basis of structure, right? So this is one type of the classification. There is another classification. Let me tell you the another classification. That classification is on the basis of their second classification of virus on the basis of on the basis of composition. So first kind of the virus, they are deoxyvira. What is the deoxyvira? Deoxyvira, they are the DNA virus. They are DNA virus. Means their composition will be DNA. Try to understand, if you didn't get, their composition will be DNA plus protein. So they will be made up of DNA plus protein. So normally the viruses are deoxyvirus, right? So next, there are ribovira. Ribovira. So what are the ribovira? Basically, ribovira, they are the RNA virus. RNA virus. They are the RNA viruses, right? Most of the animal viruses. So what are the DNA viruses? Example, you can say most of the animal viruses are DNA virus. Most of animal viruses are DNA viruses. Then most of the this one plant viruses, they are the RNA virus. Most of plant virus, right? And but HIV is example, right? HIV. Remember, HIV is RNA virus, but this is a human virus. Fine. HIV, rabies, and polio. That you need to remember. So rabies, polio, they all are what? They all are ribovirus. Got it? Then
Yes.
let me tell you one more kind of the virus. That's not given in the book. Basically, prions. Basically, prions are those viruses which do not have nucleic acid. They are made up of only protein. Made up of only protein. They do not have. They do not have nucleic acid. There is a disease, for example, the virus that with disease causes Alzheimer, right? So Alzheimer virus, and there is a disease Parkinson. Alzheimer and Parkinson disease are caused by prions. Did you got that thing? I think I have discussed both of the disease. Yes, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So is that clear everything for the virus?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So let me ask you a question. Which is the first virus discovered virus? The first virus discovered in the world. Anyone?
Plague,
Yes. Sorry. Who's telling? Yes, Martin.
plague.
Ah, come on. Anyone of you? TMV is first virus.
Oh, tobacco mosaic virus.
Yes, discovered. That is tobacco mosaic virus. Tobacco mosaic virus. So the person whose name I told you, he was a Russian, Ivanovsky was a Russian scientist. He discovered tobacco mosaic virus in tobacco leaf. And he's a Russian scientist, right? And virus means poison, right? Virus means poison. Fine. So next thing is lichen. Lichen, I have discussed you previously. Any one of you can tell me what is a lichen?
And they're between algae and fungi.
Ah, excellent. Very good. Very good. Right. So lichens are generally called dual organism because they are a combination of two things, right? Normally they are a dual organism. Like you use a phone with a dual SIM card, right? The same way viruses are dual organism. They are a combination of two things, right? Algae and fungi. In symbiotic relationship, I have given you example. And there are type of the lichen like the same way like the algae. Sorry, same way like the viruses. So I'll tell you the type of the lichens as well because they are important for you, but your NCRT that it mentioned very briefly. So they have just mentioned in a paragraph. But yes, lichen. Lichen are dual organisms. So how the lichen are dual organisms? First, let me show you the what the exactly lichens. So lichens are basically the combination of two things. So there are some algal. This is suppose that this is a filament of fungi. Right? These are mycelium of fungi. These are the mycelium of fungi. This is fungal mycelium. Now you know what is the fungal mycelium. And along with fungal mycelium, there are some algae, right? So in between them, there are some algal cell, right? Algal cell are formed. Basically, they are green algae or blue green algae. So basically, they are the green algae. Algae, we will discuss what is the algae basically. So they are the green algae. So the best thing with the green algae that they are the photoautotroph, means they make the food by the uh, process of photosynthesis. So they are photoautotroph. So photoautotroph are those which make their own food with the help of photosynthesis or light, right? So they perform the photosynthesis. Why? Because they are the green, right? They do the photosynthesis and they make the what is the food? Food may be in the form of starch, right? And there is a fungal part. Fungal partner, that is the what is that? They they are not green, right? They absorb water plus mineral. But algae do not have roots, so algae cannot absorb the water. They give water and mineral to whom? Algae, right? And in return, they get the food from the fungi. So both are helping each other. This kind of the relationship where both are helpful to each other, none is harming. So this is called symbiotic relation, right? Symbiotic relation, right? Or you can say symbiosis, right? So this is symbiotic relationship, or it is called symbiosis, or it is also known as mutualism. All terms are same, right? So we can say there is a symbiotic relationship between the algae and the fungi. This combination is called, it is made up of, why they are called dual organism? Because they are made up of two things. They are made up of algal partner, So lichen is combination of algal partner plus fungal partner. Right? So lichen is combination of algal partner plus fungal partner. And the algal partner is known as phycobiome. That is important. Phycobiome. And fungal partner is called mycobiome. Right? So this is the combination of algae. Is that clear to all of you or not? Tell me guys. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So please note it down. What are the lichens? Lichens are called dual organism. Lichens are called dual organism. Which contain a permanent association of which contain a permanent association of which contain a permanent association of fungus or microbiome, fungus or microbiome, and algae or algae or phycobiome. Full stop. Next point. They are represented by 15,000 species. They are represented by 15,000 species. Next point. They often grow. They often grow in hospitable. They often grow in hospitable and uninhibited. They often grow in hospitable and uninhibited, like barren rocks, cooled volcanic lava, cooled volcanic lava, sand dunes, etc. Next, they cannot tolerate pollution. Next point, they cannot tolerate pollution, especially sulfur pollution. They cannot tolerate pollution, especially sulfur pollution. That's why they are also called natural pollution indicator. That's why they are also called natural pollution indicator. Next point. Lichen can be of following type, right? So let me try to show you the type of lichen. If I have there are very few variety of the lichen, and it is considered that they are the oldest uh, plant of plant-like structure of the world. It is also considered lichen. Just there, like, yes. So on the basis of a structure, we divide lichen basically in three categories: crustose, foliose, and fruticose, right? So let me show you the structure of these type of the lichen: crustose, foliose, and fruticose. Look, uh, types of lichen of lichen. So in types of lichen, the first type of the lichen is crustose. So crustose lichen, this is graphis, a crustose lichen. You can see. So first one is crustose lichen. They have crust-like structure. They have crust-like structure. So they are called crustose lichen. For example, graphis. Diagram is in front of you. Graphis, right? The second type of the lichen, they are called foliose lichen, right? So foliose lichen, you can see they look like leaf-like structure, right? Right. So second one, they are the foliose lichen. Fine. So foliose lichen, they have leafy structure. So they are foliose lichen. Foliose. So foliose lichen, body is flat, and the structure is like the structure is like leaf, right? So that is foliose lichen, and foliose lichen exact example, that is a rhizocorp. No. Parmelia. Yes, Parmelia. Example is Parmelia. If you won't remember example for your school examination, then it's okay. But if you'll remember, that will be really good, right? So preferably, I ask you to remember at least one name, right? And the third one is fruticose. Fruticose like. Right? So that is the third line. This is a fruticose like the third line, right? So in fruticose lichen, it is branch lichen, and it look like it look like flowering plant, or flowering plant. They look like flowering plant like this way. This is also fruticose, right? Example, Usnea. Usnea is example. Please note it down. So there are three type of the lichen. Is in front of you. Like this is a crustose lichen. It look like a crust. Note it down or still noting. This is Parmelia. This is Usnea. Can somebody tell me what is the like how does the fire catches in the forest in summer days? These are summer days. And you will see. Anyone of you? How does this catches fire in the forest in summer days? Nobody is there to put the matchbox.
Sunlight.
Sunlight, no, sunlight is not a. Yes, heat is the one factor, but that is not the sole factor basically. No, basically Usnea is a lichen which is found in the stem of the plant. And what happened? Like this Usnea catches the fire. So when the the stem, or we can say the two branches of the plant, they rub with each other, and due to rubbing of these branches, it causes the rubbing of the branches. It causes the friction, and due to this friction, the burning takes place. Plant catches the fire, and that's how the it catches the fire and the burning takes place. Is it clear? So Usnea is responsible for that fire of the forest. So this was something about the lichen, and we have completed this chapter. Burning of single tree from the heat rays. No, Shidika. Basically, the suppose that there are two stems, right, or the two branches like this way, and they are moving like due to the like rubbing is taking place due to the wind, right, windy days. And if Usnea is present on their stem, right, what will happen? It will catch the fire. In oldest time, people, yes, that's how it takes place. Got it? So the
Yes, sir.
next chapter is the plant kingdom. So before going ahead, please let me know uh, about this one. This chapter. Ask me if you have any question, and then we'll start with the classification of it.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay, fine. So let's start with the plant classification. Fine. Let me start with the plant. Look, this is the classification of the plant. Right? So, who arrived first in this world? Who are those plants who arrived first in this world? So, first plant kingdom is divided into two subkingdoms, right? uh, so, plant kingdom have been divided into two subkingdoms: cryptogams and phenerogams. Basically, the cryptogams are those. Crypto means hidden. This is crypto. You must have listened about the cryptocurrency, right? Crypto means hidden, and gammy means marriage. Hidden gammy. So, cryptogams means those which have hidden marriage. What does it mean? Basically, their sex organs are not visible. Sex organs, their source sex organs are not visible. Here, they do not have their sex organs are not visible. So that's why they are called cryptogams. Now come to the phenerogams. Phenerograms are called flowering plants, right? Where visible sex organs are found. So we have divided into the plant kingdom have been divided into two subkingdoms, cryptogam and phenerogram, right? A cryptogam and B phenerogram. Then further, the cryptogams have been divided into three subdivisions, right? So thallophyta, bryophyta, and pteridophyta, right? And again, the phenerogam divided into one division, that is spermatophyta. Spermatophyta means seed-bearing plant, right? And further, uh, the this one, thallophyta have been divided into algae and fungi, right? Fungi we have already studied, and fungi is now no more included in the plant kingdom. It has been separated from here, right? But in the previous day, it is used to included in the plant kingdom itself, right? Then spermatophyta means seed-bearing plant, those plants which have seed. The spermatophyta have been further divided into two parts: gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymno means naked, sperm means seed, right? Angio means covered, and sperm means seed. So gymnosperm where seed are not naked means not covered. Angiosperms where seed are covered, right? Then further, the thallophyta have been divided. So thallophyta is called that those plants which have thallus-like body, that is plant body when root, stem, and leaves cannot be differentiated. So those plants are called thallus. What does it mean by thallus? Thallus means those plants where the plant body, uh, root, stem, and these cannot be root, stem, and leaves cannot be differentiated. You cannot tell that, right? So that kind of the plant are known as the thallophyta. Is that clear to all of you?
So can you say again?
Sorry.
Can you say again?
Yeah. So thallophyta are those plants where I'll let's see the algae. So can you tell me? Can you tell the algae where is the root, where is the stem, where is the shoot, and all that? Is it possible for you?
No.
No, not possible. So that is it. So thallophyta I have described over here. Thallophyta, they lack differentiated body structure. Plant body is thallus-like. Thallophyta included plant with a primitive, simple body structure, right? Plant bodies like thallus. They may be filamentous, colonial, branch, unbranched, right? Like algae, red algae, and brown algae. We'll discuss the algae. So first, go through with the classification and let me know if you have any doubt in the classification. Go through with it and let me know, please.
Sir, angiosperm is not there, right?
Sorry,
Angiosperm is not there, right?
angiosperm, not?
It's not there, right, in the
Yeah, it's there.
syllabus.
This one. Angiosperm is there. Yes. They have covered sheet. 5th number.
But in the
Okay.
syllabus for this year.
Are you talking about your notebook?
No.
Sorry,
I'm seeing
your
about the
textbook,
syllabus.
NCRT?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Rhodophyce. No, it should be there. I think it should be there. Angiosperm should be there because angiosperm is the most modern one. That is given in
It
the
was
page number
deleted.
40. 40. Page number
Yeah, it
40.
was deleted this year.
Yeah, life cycle of an angiosperm. Is it there? Is this diagram? In page number 41. It's there in your textbook. Before the life cycle. Because angiosperms are the most modern plant. Plant classification is incomplete without them. The modern plant, every plant which flower, every plant which give the fruit, that is the angiosperm.
That is
Done? Okay. So this was the plant classification. The type of classification system that I have already discussed you. First, we will start with the this one Thallophyta means algae, right? So first, basically the plant, before going into that, I want to tell you one more. The first plant which arrived on the earth, they were basically algae, right? Let me discuss with you now. Before going into that, I want to tell you something very important, and which is which will you won't get in the book, but evolution of the evolutionary history of plant that you need to understand. Evolutionary history. Try to understand. The first plant which arrived on the earth, they were the algae, right? So first plant which arrived the earth, they were algae. Algae, what kind of the plant? They are thallus-like body. Thallus-like body. What does it mean? That is no root, stem, and leaf. So root, stem, and leaf were not present, right? Then no fruit, seed, or flower. That is not. They were. This were also not present, right? The only thing where that they are the autotroph. Autotroph means they perform the photosynthesis, right? They can do the photosynthesis. That is very important, and I want you to please note it down. Photosynthesis. That's it, right? So, like for example, there is a, let me give you example, the representative example of algae is Chlamydomonas. So if you will see the diagram of Chlamydomonas, you will say this is something like insect, but this is not an insect. This is a algae. So the name of this algae, it's a green algae, is Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas. So Chlamydomonas, it's a green algae, right? And this is cup-shaped chloroplast. It have cup-shaped chloroplast, right? So this is a type of algae. It's a green algae, right? Then in the second number, there are bryophytes. In the bryophytes, they also have thallus-like body. Thallus-like body is found, right? Root are not present, but root-like structure. Root-like. What we call them? We cannot call them root. The root, because that is a thallus-like body. Root-like structure called rhizoid. They appeared on the plant, right? Root-like structure, something like root. They absorb the water, they absorb the mineral, but they were not the root. They anchor the plant. Leaf-like structure appeared on the plant. That is called a scale, right? Let me show you. This is a diagram of bryophyte, right? It's a diagram of bryophyte, right? They have these root-like structure. They are called rhizoid. So root-like structure appeared. So after thousands year after the algae, these kind of the plant arise, right? And they are scale, leaf-like, right? And algae, what was the algae? They are the mostly aquatic. Most of the plant were found in the water for the algae, but bryophyte are known as the amphibian of plant kingdom. Why? Because they are found on the ground, but they cannot reproduce without the water. That we will discuss in detail in bryophyte, right? They are called amphibian of plant. Amphibian of plant. But yes, the body is like thallus-like, right? And one more thing, no fruit, seed, or flower. So that kind of the structures are also absent. Right? They were absent. Now, after the arrival of bryophyte, after thousands of years later, the next category of the plant arrived, the more advanced plant, and they were pteridophytes. Pteridophytes. Sorry, audible. I don't know what
Yes,
happened.
sir.
Yeah. Just a minute. Just a minute. Oh, Sarah, you are host. Make me host. Make me host, please.
How do I do that?
How to do that? Okay. Uh, go to your profile. This one. Click over there.
Okay.
Then you will get the option. There must be three dot. Click on those three dot. You will get the option. Got it? No?
No, sir.
Oh. Is there the three dots?
Yeah.
So click on three dot. What kind of the option you get?
There's app, security, chat, show captions, meeting settings, whiteboard, focus mode, and audio.
Just a minute. Ask me my team. I think I got disconnected. I messaged my team. Okay, fine. So till the time I'm not getting that right, let me tell you. So that was the history behind the pteridophyte. So pteridophyte, they are the plant-like structure, right? They are the plant-like structure. And yes, now I got that thing. Fine. So pteridophytes, they have the complete plant-like structure, right? So they appear like plant. Now you can say they are the plant-like structure. Fine. So as you can see, it is visible on your screen that they something look like the plant, right? Then what is that? So they have leaf, not leaf-like structure. They are real leaf. So leaf is present, the stem is present, and root is present, right? So plant is not thallus-like body. No more plant is thallus. Plant is differentiated into stem, root, and leaf. Right. First. Second thing is that, but still, seed, fruit, and flowers are not there. And flowers are not there. So how does the reproduction takes place? Reproduction takes place through reproduction takes place through reproduction takes place through spore. Now, after pteridophyte, the fourth category of the plant evolved. They were gymnosperm, right? So gymnosperm evolved. So evolution of gymnosperm taken place. What is the good with the gymnosperm? The good with the gymnosperm is that gymnosperm plant is divided again. Plant divided into root, stem, and leaf. Then seeds were present. Seeds were present, but not covered. So seeds were present, but not covered. But still, two things are missing. Still, there are two things which are missing over here, right? What are those things? Fruit and flower. fruit and flower were not present. So now what to do? Yes, the most evolved plant arrived on the earth after the gymnosperm, which are visible and widest
Sir?
spread across the earth. Yes, please.
What did you do at the second point? Seeds were?
Seed were present, but not covered, right? Last but not the least, angiosperm arrived. The super plant, angiosperm. Why I say they are the super plant? In Sahara Desert, you will find a plant. The name of the plant is Wilwishia. The Wilwishia, in 20 years, only 2 leaves come out of that plant. In 70 years, it flowers once. The height of the plant is only 2.5 feet, but the depth of the root is 265 meters. It goes deep inside the earth in 265 meters to get the water. That kind of the plant. That's why they are called super. Right. So that is the beauty of angiosperm. They are the very adaptive kind of plant. Right. So plant body divided into stem, root, and leaf. Right. Seed, flower, and fruits are present. They have well developed. That is also missing the rest of them. Not well developed. Well developed xylem and phloem. Xylem and that is a conducting. That's it. So this was the evolutionary history. Tell me, is it interesting or not? Clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Last but not the least, what I want to say you, just a minute. Give me 1 second.
Sir, 1 minute. Let me just write.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, and here it is assignment. I think should have kingdom fungi is there. Then plantae is there. So, don't do that.